Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue, and I want you to check out Bondy's Boutique and get some of my merch, y'all. I've added some new things like my mermaid cups and the mermaid tees, and also the Shake Them Tits mugs. All right, you asked for it and you got it. Check out Bondy's merch at Bondy's Boutique. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back. You heard me? Okay, back for another marriage boot camp review, y'all. Okay. So let's start off where the episode started off, okay? So the episode started off with Nia and Soulja Boy still arguing about her not being able to fully get over the things he's done to her as it pertains to social media. Getting online saying the bitch cool shit stank, okay? Getting online posting news and shit, being disrespectful, fuck you, I hate you, all of that shit, okay? And he's upset because he feels like she's playing with him. One minute she says she forgiving him, the next minute she tweeting she not as forgiving as she thought. So she explains to him, I'm still hurting, nigga, okay? I'm still hurting. The shit still hurt, especially when we dredge it back up and I gotta sit up here and reread the nasty shit you done said about me to all of these fucking people. Like, people not gonna come at me with some of the things that you said about me, okay? And I personally feel like if you didn't put your face in a place with a bitch, you can't turn around and then talk about how her pussy stank. Nigga, if you ate it, you ate it. Deal with it, okay? Which is worse, eating stank pussy or having one, okay? So I just kind of feel like niggas need to stop with that shit. That's always like the go-to to disrespect the bitches, to talk about how her vagina smell and all of that, as if women don't have all types of issues. I can't tell you one woman that hasn't had a issue here or there, and that's because our bodies are sensitive coaches, okay? Sensitive creatures. Don't nobody need you talking about it on social media. And if that girl still has some issues trying to forgive you after all of the fucked up stuff you've done to her, then oh well, nigga, so be it. Deal with it, okay? So moving along, y'all. But hold up, before we move on, I want to say that when she said that she was still hurting, he did seem to understand that, but it was the wording that she was using that had him fucked up. But he still feels like she don't know how she feel about him, but then she puts all the blame about why their relationship hasn't gone further on him. And I do see that, okay? It's not just Soulja, it's Nia too. And I always felt like it takes two people to fuck up a relationship, okay? You can't always blame him because you allow him to disrespect you. You allow him to do the things that he's done to you, and then when you bitch and moan about the change, when the change happens, you still in a place you was when he was fucking over you. So it takes two people to tangle, all right? So Tiffany, the next morning, Tiffany and Lil Fizz, and I'm gonna call him Lil Fizz because the nigga not acting like he deserves to be called by his government, okay? Grown men want to be called by their government, that's fine. Nigga, use a little ass boy, Lil Fizz, it is, okay? So she wants to have a deeper understanding of what his relationship was with Nia. He doesn't want to give any real information. He keeps saying it wasn't nothing, we just friends. But then y'all in the picture hugged up and shit. So which one is it? And then he keeps saying, you keep asking me the same shit over and over again, and I done already answered that. No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Lil Fizz. No, you didn't, baby, okay? You say that y'all just friends and it ain't nothing, okay? But then from what we understand, y'all actually dated. And then you say that you are more comfortable with Nia than you are with Tiffany, and you've had sex with Tiffany. So make us understand, okay? Make us understand how it is you comfortable with a woman you haven't had sex with, that you've only been around in public settings the way he told it. He's a fucking liar. Okay, he's a liar, and Tiffany might be a little high-strung and annoying as fuck, but in this situation, she's not wrong. You lying, you're not giving the full information, and she has to sit here and be, you know, the angry black woman while she has a misunderstanding of what the relationship is with another girl who's in the house. Like, that's realistic as fuck for her to feel some type of way. And the fact that he always so high, so dismissive of her feelings. Nigga got an icebox where his heart used to be, Omarion, okay? Like, it's just real obnoxious. Lil Fizz is really obnoxious. He's annoying as fuck. I'm almost starting to feel like he's worse than Soulja Boy. I actually do feel like he's worse than Soulja Boy. Because at least there are moments when Soulja Boy is affectionate and Soulja Boy is loving. I feel like he has his moments where you see something from him. Whereas with Lil Fizz, he not giving that girl nothing, okay? He ain't giving her nothing but want to lay the pipe down. No, nigga, keep it to yourself, okay? If I can't get no act right, if I can't get no type of emotional foreplay, my nigga, we can't have sex. Like, what's Then early in the morning, everybody, you know, cooking breakfast and shit. And Walker is like, Tammy, won't you cook some shrimp and grits? And she was like, no, nobody want to cook no fucking grits without no butter. That shit gonna be nasty. Won't you let me cook something else? Fuck. Like, she just talking like that. She curses. I know how that is. I talk like that too. You talk aggressive sometimes, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're trying to come at the person. And Walker is like, say, bro, why you gotta keep cursing at me and all of that? He feeling some type of way about the way she's talking to him. So they start going back and forth and arguing with one another. You capping on camera. You always ODing. You always doing the most on camera. You know that's how I talk. Da-da-da-da-da. Like going back and forth, arguing and all of that. And what I noticed is, Walker, you knew that it wasn't that deep, but you like to, you know, pinpoint, pinching her like a little aggravating motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just keep picking and picking and picking that shit that you know gonna upset her. But you turned her into this person, okay? He even said, because, you know, they argue. They go upstairs and they argue some more. And she's talking about how she got to deal with Joaquin and she got to deal with Walker. That's why her emotions are all over the place, because they don't understand how unstable Walker's ass is. And I understand what they saying, what she's saying when she says that. Here's what I caught. Okay, because Dr. V and Dr. Ish take them separately and talk to them. And what I understand about Walker is that Walker feels like when Tammy is crying, when she's showing some type of sensitivity in her emotions, he wants to then feel the same way. He say if she start crying, he feel like he won't start crying. So he tell her to toughen up, okay? It's because of him that she's toughened up. So now when you don't get a soft, demure woman who she was before, you get all of this aggression and cussing and shit, it's because she has now become the person you've turned her into. So you can't now be all sensitive and be upset about the way she's talking to you when this is what you turned her into by your own admission. Okay, so Walker just is all over the fucking place as far as I'm concerned, and I understand what Tammy is saying. Now when Dr. Ish talks to Tammy, we come to an understanding about her past. Okay, now I don't know how old she was when she married her first husband, but she was married and it was an abusive relationship. They were together for 10 years, and that's why she doesn't like people talking to her no any kind of way, because she was abused and taken advantage of, and she doesn't want to go back to that. So what she has done is every time she's mad about something, every time that something happens, it just kind of layers on top of one another, and she's now responding to everything that's happened, not just this one thing right here, not the grits, not that we ain't got no butter and Walker on breakfast, like not that. What we really mad about is everything that's happened thus far to create the anger issue, okay? And Tammy doesn't even realize that she has an anger issue, but she does, and it's because she's not allowed to freely express her emotions. And y'all, I so understood this, because sometimes in my own relationship, when I say I'm feeling a type of way, Lyric will get upset and be like, why you feel like that? That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, he combats my sensitivity with aggression because he feels like I shouldn't feel like that. And it's not coming from a bad place, but that's not how you support a woman in her emotions. If I'm telling you I feel a certain way, I just want you to support me and listen to me. I don't want you to talk down to me because you feel like I shouldn't feel how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we was watching it last night, I was like, nigga, is you listening? Okay? Nigga, is you listening? Because I need for him to understand that when I tell you I feel bad about something, or, you know, I'm insecure about something, I don't need you to combat that with aggravation and anger. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you to come at me on the level that I'm coming to you with, because then you make me feel like I can't share my feelings with you. And everything has to be, you know, either hard, you know what I'm saying, or I'm keeping it in. And I don't want to be like that, because I'm the type of person that if I keep shit in for too long, I'm gonna start blowing up at any old thing, just like Tammy. So I definitely understood where she was coming from and understood the dynamics of their relationship as it pertains to him not supporting her emotions when she tells them to him, because he feels like, you know, the toxic masculinity of, I can't be emotional if I'm not yelling, if I'm not screaming, if it's not anger, then it's weak. We all know that that's not real, okay? But I also want to say, just because people exhibit toxic masculinity, it does not mean that they're not men. It does not mean that they're not, you know, grown-ass men. It just means that they have skewed ideals of what make them a man. Okay? Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not a man. Because I saw one of my exes posted on Instagram how he feels that just because people have toxic masculinity, women will say they're not a man. And it's like, no, that's not the case, okay? Because I feel like my dad was full of toxic masculinity, but he was a fucking man. He took care of his responsibilities, okay? He loved his family. He protected, he provided, he did what he was taught to do. He did what he was told he was supposed to do by his family, no matter what. So he was a man, but at the same time, his anger issues and how he dealt with his emotions were steeped in the toxic masculinity of a black man born in the South in 1948, okay? Plain and simple. Doesn't mean he wasn't a man. So I just wanted to put that out there because I saw that and I was like, you know what? Let's discuss. So while all of this is going on, why the fuck does Carl have his phone? Somebody tell me, okay? Somebody explain to me why I didn't see nobody else with a cell phone but Carl in there with a fucking cell phone, okay? Last episode, we saw everybody put their cell phones in a box and give it back to the doctors. So why does Carl have his phone, okay? It bothered me because it bothers Lil Mo. And it also looks like you on the phone talking to some fucking body, all right? I felt like that from jump, just the way he was sitting all the way over there. You sitting all the way over there, she's sitting all the way over here because you don't want her to see what the fuck you texting, what you doing on that phone, okay? And he is not to be trusted. Just when I thought that I could relax up on Carl, because in all honesty, Carl and Mo seems to have the least toxic relationship out of everybody. But we starting to see, you know, hey, we got 5 more days left. There's more shit to uncover. All right. So moving along, they do the couples maze. They do the couples maze where one person has to tell the person what to do while the other person is inside the maze. This was a complete and utter fucking catastrophe because everybody was so high that nobody actually got upset or frustrated with the process. So Dr. Ish and Dr. V couldn't give a full assessment of what the baseline communication issues were because nobody actually was doing what they would have done had they not been so loaded. Okay, Soulja Boy and Fizz were passing a blunt to each other while they were explaining what the hell they was gonna be doing for the morning. So at this point, it's just obnoxious, all right? Nia and Soulja were the cutest that day though, okay? It actually took them the longest, but eventually Soulja was like, man, fuck this. And he went in there and got her and brought her out. And I thought that showed some love for her. Like when we were looking for it, I think we found it this episode, Soulja loving on Nia. After they was done with all of that, because nobody won, because all y'all high, okay? All y'all fucking up. After that, you know, oh yeah, hold on, I don't want to forget. Waka and Lil Fizz don't follow instructions at all. They just did what the fuck they wanted to do and then came out and didn't listen to any instructions, weren't really replying back. Carl don't know how a two-way walkie-talkie, you know, go, because he talking and she talking. Like, nigga, you can't talk at the same time as the other person talking because then you can't hear what they saying. Have you ever seen a walkie-talkie before? How old are you motherfuckers, okay? But anyway, we moving on from there because Nia and Soulja go upstairs to lay in the bed because everybody's high and we waiting for whatever the next thing is, right? And Soulja is, you know, all kind of like sweet and kind of trying to get close to her in the bed. And he like, so, you know, what's up with us? Like, you know, we boyfriend and girlfriend, we go together. Like, when we gonna get married? Like, asking all of these questions, asking if she thinks he loves her, asking, you know, how she feels about their relationship. Because in this moment, they're in a good place. And in this moment, he went in there and grabbed her hand and took her out. He was not yelling at her. He was not angry. He was not upset. But he was also hella high. But we've also seen him upset when he is high. He either shuts down or he's acting irate. Either way, we didn't get any of that from him. And then when we get upstairs, he's all smiley and lovey-dovey. And Nia is still in a place of, I have the residue of all the shit you've done to me on me. So I'm not really trying to be responsible for this conversation, okay? She, you know, when he's asking questions, when he's asking her questions, she's like, you know, I don't know why you asking me all of that. Why you can't just relax? I don't know. And he's like, you know, I love, you know, I love you, I do for you, I take care of your daughter, you know, all of this type of shit. And she was like, and what else do you do? Basically, he coming to you with sugar and you meeting him with vinegar, okay? Like, this was the first time I understood what Soulja was talking about when he says, that girl don't know what the fuck she want and she always playing games with me. She don't know if she really want to be with him. She don't know if she really want to deal with him, but she still wants to be around him. She still wants to have sex with him. She still wants the possibility of their relationship to be there, even though she doesn't want to fully commit to anything with him, because she knows how relationships with him can go. But he's gotten to the point where he feels like, I'm making these changes. Look, you see what I'm doing? You see what I'm doing? I'm doing what you asked me to do. Meet me halfway. And she's like, nah, nigga. I don't really feel like it. So when he asked her, so am I single? And she was like, I don't know. Yes, no, I don't know. And he said, okay, that's your answer, then you don't know. So he get up and go smoke another blunt. And now he done turned his back to her, and now she gonna run up behind him. So it's like they're never on the same page at the same time. When he want her, she don't want to be bothered. When she want him, he don't feel like being bothered. So their relationship is just a whole bunch of cycles of them never being on the same page. And if they are on the same page, they only on that page for a small moment, and then it's back to the bullshit. And I understood this episode that it's not just Soldier. I totally understood it. Because, bitch, I'm going to need for you to know how you feeling and be able to articulate that to him. You can't give him the hard and fast, the hard and fast thing that you want him to do. I remember Judge told her that, like, he needs direction. He needs real, simple, direct directions. And Nia is not capable of giving him that, because she don't even know how she feels. How is she going to express to him what she wants if she don't even know what she wants? You know what I'm saying? Which is something she should be able to vocalize to him, but it doesn't seem like she really can, y'all. So I really do understand the pitfalls of their relationship a little bit better after this episode. So Tiffany is still trying to understand what the relationship was between Nia and Fizz, because Fizz don't want to give no information, and then he tries to make it seem like Tiffany is just wanting to argue with him. And it's like, no, I don't want to argue with you. I want to gain some type of understanding that you refuse to give me, and it's because two reasons. Number one, Lil Fizz does not like being responsible for fucking up, okay? So it's the same thing with Moniece. Everything is always Monique's fault. But no, nigga, we see that a lot of this shit has to be your fault just because you are emotionally retarded, okay? You are emotionally retarded, just like you said you got ice in your heart. Whatever you want to say, nigga, you don't meet people on the level that they meet you at, okay? You don't give as much as you get and then have the audacity to act like the victim, okay? And I feel like he did that to Moniece, and he does that in any relationship he's in with a woman, and I don't understand why. But he is doing that with Tiffany, sitting up here trying to blame Tiffany for the fact that she don't understand something he's never fully explained, okay? So he just always walks away. He hide, he walk away, he don't give a fuck, and she's left being angry, feeling disrespected, feeling disregarded, and I can understand why she would constantly have a boot in her mouth. Me and Lil Fizz would be fucking fighting. I would wet his ass out, okay? I don't give a fuck. I know he a man. I'd hit him in the head with something, nigga. You gonna be unconscious for about 5 minutes, nigga, okay? Something is going to happen, but you ain't gonna keep disregarding my feelings, disrespecting me, and then acting like I'm the crazy motherfucker in a relationship. No, nigga, you are emotionally retarded, okay? So Tammy comes downstairs, and he like, yeah, talk to your friend. She working on my fucking nerves. No, nigga, you working on my motherfucking nerves. Like, that would have been an argument. I'd have cursed his fucking ass out. Okay, I don't know how you able to get your dick up as high as you be. Like, the fuck? Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. He really upsets me. So then, Nia comes downstairs. And Tiffany just asked her straight up, what the fuck happened between the two of y'all? And she's like, I mean, we're friends, but we did go on 2 dates. That's all he had to say. He couldn't give her a straight answer. He kept trying to make it seem like the only times they were around each other were in group settings. That's not true. They went on 2 dates with one another. Nia and Lil Fizz are both more comfortable with each other than they are with anybody else in the house, which says a lot about where their relationship is. Y'all are not being honest about it. Lil Fizz is a liar, but I also feel like Lil Fizz don't want to get into it with Soulja Boy. So he don't really want to be honest about what the relationship with Nia was, because he don't want to have to fight and argue with that nigga. Because y'all know Soulja Boy is like right on the edge of having an issue with Lil Fizz and his relationship with Nia. Okay? Peep. So then they have the next challenge, which is the tug of war over the pool. Lil Mo is worried because she can't swim. All right? Now, the doctors gave specific direction. The premise of this, the point of this is for you to stay in your spot. to hold, stand your ground and stay in your spot. Pick up the ropes. Everybody picked up the rope and instantly started to pull one another. Okay? Nobody told them that they were supposed to pull. Nigga just said you supposed to stay in your spot. When I tell you, I pretty much guessed it. Nia pulled Soulja Boy in that water automatically. Little skinny ass. Okay, little frail. All I do is smoke, sickle cell anemia looking having ass nigga. Okay, no disrespect to people who have it. But that nigga look hella malnutrition. Okay, just a joke, no disrespect. Okay, because somebody, I had that. Okay, then you know that people look weak when they have it. That nigga look weak. Okay, and he was weak. Her titties could have pulled him in the water all on their own. She could have put the rope in between her titties, did like this, and that nigga would have fell in the water. Okay. Fizz is over there trying to get all of his frustrations with Tiffany out on her by pulling her in. She let the fucking rope go. Like, nigga, please, okay? I ain't about to jump in this fucking water for you, but I think eventually he did pull her in. Waka pulled Tammy in and then jumped in after her, acting like he gonna save her. And she was like, nigga, I know how to swim, okay? Then, Dime is using her whole body. Dime is on the floor because she knows her body weight is too strong for that nigga to pull like that. But he fucked with her head and told her to wrap it around her arm so she wouldn't keep messing up her hands. So when she did that, he pulled her ass in, he tricked her. Which is kind of indicative of what their relationship is like, if you ask me. I think that Dime is another one of them people that smoke so she don't have to be as mad as she want to or as mad as she would be about how condescending and controlling Sean is towards her. She's a very strong personality, but in his light, she dims hers. And that's just a real fucking observation of what I've noticed about their relationship. So after everybody gets cleaned up and they come downstairs and it's explained that they were not supposed to actually pull and push, and that if somebody would have actually won, they would have not played the game at all. So everybody like, oh man, whatever. It was about balance. It was about not arguing with one another for the sake of winning the argument, but for protecting one another from falling in the water by not even arguing and giving into it in the first place. So then the doctors have to tell them how they feel about the fact that they fucked up that first drill because they were so high. And how about y'all chill the fuck out a little bit? We ain't saying y'all gotta stop smoking, but Soulja Boy came to the tug of war drill with a blunt wrap in his hand, like in his mouth. Damn, nigga, you can't wait before and after? Like, why do you have to smoke during the drill? That's a fucking problem. Y'all doing too much. Why y'all can't just smoke during the times when y'all waiting? Why do y'all have to smoke actually during the drill? That's a problem. And the fact that they got so upset, Dime got upset, Waka got upset, okay? Soulja Boy was just sitting there with his fucking glasses on. He could give a fuck right now. Sean was the only one, because Sean is the smart one, okay, understood that they can't fully assess them if they're always too high to feel whatever their emotions are or to be present in the moment, okay? And y'all, I understood how they felt. I really do understand how they felt. Because, okay, like, nobody loves Bud like me. I may not have ever shared that with y'all because that wasn't nobody's fucking business. But I've had to quit and I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it at all. It's like one of my favorite things to do. So the fact that I had to stop, I'm just really not happy about that. But I care about my lungs. I care about my body more than I care about getting high. So I had to do what I had to do. And they should care more about their relationships than getting high. But you know that that's not the truth for some of them. Especially with Lil Fizz and Soulja Boy, where they smoke to not have to deal with their emotions. How do we know how to assess y'all if y'all are not feeling y'all emotions? That's a problem. That's the issue. Okay? So then, here comes Judge Lynn. Judge Lynn comes out and says that, and she had Tammy bawling. Tammy was really trying to keep her composure because, you know, Judge Lynn really got Waka together on her behalf and said she is hurting. She is struggling with her emotions. And what she needs from you is just to listen to her, to support her. It's not about you. It's not about your anger or aggravation with her emotions. It's not about your toxic masculinity and how you feel, you know, she should act and how you feel that you should act. It's about supporting her and her emotions and just being a sounding board and listening to how she feels instead of forcing her to keep it inside because you don't want to deal with her emotions. Okay, so Waka then understood after Judge Lynn told him about that. He understood. Waka is definitely smarter than the average 5th grader, and we appreciate him for it, okay? Then we move on to asking Jessica who she thought did well and who she thought did bad today. And she says both answers were Soulja Boy and Nia. Because in one moment they were doing good with one another and communicating well and not arguing, and then in the next moment he's so quiet, everybody's scared of what might come next because they know how they, you know, go up and down. The motherfuckers are damn near bipolar with their relationship. Lil Mo says the same thing. She gets anxiety herself because she doesn't know what's going on with Soulja and what's going on with Nia and how that's going to affect the energy in the house and all of that. So she also says that she feels the same way about how Carl doesn't listen to her. How she doesn't feel supported by Carl. Carl will tune her the fuck out. And I totally see that. Carl is also somebody that I feel like, you know, seem like they don't have the intellect to truly be as emotionally supportive as they should be. I think he taps out because he can't go that far in his mind sometimes, okay? I really thought I was about to start liking Carl and Mo, and then shit went completely downhill towards the end of the episode, and we gonna get to it. But anyway, Judge is also concerned about the extremes that Nia and Soulja Boy go through, especially considering the type of shit that Soulja Boy has done in the past when he's gotten upset with Nia. It's just like you don't know what can happen. Judge then tells Nia that what made her mad with them was when Soulja Boy came to her with his heart on his sleeve and she met him with ice. And she said, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Yes, you did, bitch. Yes, you did. Sometimes when you're in the inside of a situation, you don't realize what you look like on the outside. You don't realize how you coming off to your partner. And Nia is unaware of the way she cold shoulders this nigga when he finally is giving her what she's asking of him. And that's what Judge Lynn said. You can't hold him to the fire for the things that he had, you know, things like. Judge said you can't beg a nigga to get right, and then when they do get right, you mad because they wasn't right 10 years ago when y'all first started dating, okay? Like, you either have to take him for his progress or let the nigga go. And Soulja Boy felt vindicated in the fact that somebody finally brought attention to the fact that Nia doesn't know how she feels and thus plays him thus when he comes to her with real emotion, which is what she's always crying and asking for, okay? So, yeah, I don't know if she let that sink in, but that's what it is. And then Judge says, look, I know y'all like to smoke, but don't be so high that we can't fully assess you and that you don't even know who you are in your relationship because you're so busy self-soothing, okay? Stop self-soothing enough for us to be able to assess what the situation is between you and your partner, and for you to assess what the situation is between you and your partner. Because if all y'all do is smoke, how are you gonna know if y'all really love each other, if y'all really have a bond that's real, if all y'all do is smoke whenever y'all get upset and y'all don't actually deal with the issue, okay? Like, we ain't never did that. And that's because nigga ain't never been that high to where they don't get mad about shit. Like, I'm just not like that. Like, I spaz a little bit more when I stopped, but I've, you know, pretty much leveled off as far as I'm concerned. Like, we don't be in here. Like, and we also people who don't, like, fully argue about anything. Like, we'll have a little go back and forth, but it always ends in me hitting him and him laughing. Like, not always, but you know, we play fight. Like, we're very playful with one another to the point that we get our aggression out in other ways, so we don't have to like stay arguing, stay fighting with one another. That's just not how we get down, regardless of whether niggas is sober in here or not. And we both are, and it has been a struggle, but you know what, I'm proud of us. So it is what it is, all right? And I understand why they need to do that. So y'all, after Soulja goes outside to smoke, and you could tell he feeling some type of way. And I think Lil Mo feels like a certain, I don't know, like fondness to Soulja. So she goes out there to talk to him, what's going on? And he like, man, I don't know. I feel like maybe I done did so much to Nia that she can't really forgive me. But at the same time, I'm guessing he wishing she would just let him go then, if that's what it is. But she doesn't really want to let him go. She just don't know how she feels. And she want him to stay there until she figures out how she feel. And he don't like being pulled and pushed like that. Because Soulja Boy also has feelings, okay? So just as Lil Mo is talking about how this is the last resort for her and Carl, she goes upstairs and gets in the bed. This nigga is downstairs eating cereal and calls a bitch on FaceTime. And then gonna tell a bitch, tell me you love me. And she asking if he by himself. Y'all, that nigga ain't no good. That nigga ain't no good, and I don't know how stupid you gotta be to get on the phone when they got 27 cameras in the house and you get on FaceTime with another bitch while your wife is upstairs sleeping. Nigga, you ain't no good, and I can't wait for them to talk about that shit next episode. Carl worked on my nerves, okay? But anyway, y'all, Marriage Bootcamp picked up this episode. I thought it was a real good episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope y'all enjoyed it too. And I will see y'all in the Bondi Blue Show.